Hey everyone, if you love Dragon Ball and you enjoy the content I put out here on Geekdom 101, make sure you punch that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss out on a video every time I upload, and I thank you for your continued support. So, Super Dragon Ball Heroes Episode 11 is now in the history books. Of course, I'm talking about the Super Dragon Ball Heroes promo anime as the battle between the multiverse against Zamasu's forces continue. And let's talk about it. So last episode there was discussions before it came out about Naoto Shishida having a cut in Dragon Ball Heroes, and I don't remember if I said it in a social media tweet or if it was on the comment section, pinned comment. I don't remember if it was in the video, but I remember saying he would have a cut in this episode, and he did indeed have a cut in this episode, episode 11 of Dragon Ball Heroes, and it was great. It's probably the best looking scene in Dragon Ball Heroes. Anime AJ said that that he was corrected like crazy by Tadayoshi Yamamuro, but it still looked incredible, and it had that flow from the Gogeta Broly fight and the Goku Beerus fight from the movie. You know, that classic Naoto Shishida kind of wavy style to it. And it was the best part of the episode. I wanted to kind of open up with that because it is, as far as animation goes, just because of that one cut, it is the best looking Heroes episode we've had so far, in my opinion. So at least there's that. Now, as far as the story goes, like everything, you have all these great ideas that are in the Dragon Ball Heroes promo anime, but the execution, because of the fact they only have 7, 8, 9 minutes to put these out, they can't flesh out any of the characters, they can't flesh out any of the fights or any of the stories. It limits it. You know, we're seeing all these things. There's teases of Universe 3 coming up and all these other things they're going to do that a lot of people wanted to see in Dragon Ball Super. And it's one of those things where, yeah, we would love to see it in Super, but executed correctly. Remember, I always wanted them to explore the multiverse, to go to the different universes. We've only really seen a couple of scenes from a few of the universes. We haven't actually had a full-blown, visit. And, of course, Sadala would be the first logical place to start. But here, they're doing a really good idea. In theory, that would be a great arc, but it's so squished together and rushed to get these new characters out for your... For the game. They're just adding Blue Evolution Vegeta now. You know what I mean? Because they want to promote the game, and that's what this is all about. So it just sucks because they are great ideas with poor execution, in my opinion, or at least rushed execution. The episode opens up actually with Blue Evolution Vegeta, because if you remember from the cliffhanger, Vegeta had just gone into Blue Evolution, and we saw the fusion of Orin and Kami. I think Kamioren, I think is the name of the name of the character. And Vegeta is lighting this the Sephorian fusion up. I mean, he's sitting there just delivering shots, and it's, again, this is the best animated this is the best animated Heroes episode we've seen so far, in my opinion, because it just looks really clean and good. Now, while that is going on, the new character of Logs, which is the glass pun, is about to throw all these glass shards at Goku to finish him off because Goku's down and he's hurt. And right before the glass shards cut Goku into a million pieces, future Trunks shows up to save the day and save Goku's life. So she fires them at Trunks, and Trunks tries to go right through them to connect with a ki blast at point blank range, and he does do so and knock Logs back. And Vegeta continues to put the punishment down with these really hard blasts and ki blasts and hard shots, and it's great to see this. It's actually good action that feels like it's not a waste of time, at least for this sequence. So while all of that is going on, even though Vegeta's busy with Kamioren and Trunks is fighting Logs, all of a sudden Hearts shows up and confronts Goku. So who's going to save Goku now? Well, we cut to Jiren, who is really connecting again with some huge shots on Merge Zamasu, including a giant uppercut to the gut, which really rocked him. So we have the answer as far as who's stronger there, as if you didn't know. So Jiren's cleaning up on this guy, sends him into a mountain, and then he walks out of it and pretty much heals himself. This purple energy shifts up and he heals all his wounds. So that could be a problem for Jiren in that he, Merge Zamasu can now regenerate or heal himself, but it's Jiren. Come on now. And then here's where we have the Sheeta cut where Vegeta does the final flash. Really, again, just beautiful animation. He fires the final flash, and that energy from Blue Evolution, this is the Blue Evolution final flash, is enough to split Kamioren back into two individual characters, I guess you could say. Goku then saves Trunks from an attack from Logs, and he ends up eating it, but right afterward, he just smiles, and he's in a lot of pain, but it's like, where is this going? I'm starting to think that here to see why they even did that, other than just to have Goku pay Trunks back. But it doesn't matter because Hearts gets involved, and things then start to get, well, it's teased that things are going to get nasty. From my understanding, Hearts is going to send logs to Universe 3, and that's where Cumber is at right now. So something's going to happen in Universe 3 with Cumber, and that's going to be airing in June, by the way. That's going to be the next episode of the Heroes anime. We don't have an exact date as to when it's going to air. We know it's going to be in June. They said that tonight, so that's going to be the next, I guess, episode is then. So Log's going to go do something with Cumber in Universe 3. We're not really sure what, but that's going to be told then. Meanwhile, Hearts puts his focus on the good guys, on some of the good guys, I guess. So because Goku got knocked out of Ultra Instinct, he can't do Ultra Instinct anymore. So instead he goes into regular Super Saiyan, the yellow form, attacks Hearts, and Hearts just knocks him away like nothing. And literally Goku was in that form for, gosh, had to be like 3 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds. Just a few seconds. And I'm just wondering in the back of my head, did they purposely do that here so they could go out and release a Super Saiyan Goku in the Grand Priest outfit, card and toy? You know, because that's what it felt like to me. Like, when I saw the form, I'm like, is this just another variation for a toy? Like, you know, you already got Grand Priest Goku Ultra Instinct. Why not get Grand Priest Goku Super Saiyan? Like, I feel like that's something they would do to really milk that, you know, Goku in that form, in that outfit. So Trunks and Vegeta try to go at this guy too at Hearts. Trunks fails. Vegeta goes in and gets caught in Hearts' gravity move that we saw, you know, recently in one of the earlier episodes. That the gravity move can just push you down even if you're strong, and that looks like that's what's going on with Vegeta. He's getting pushed or pulled into the surface of the planet, you know, causing quite a bit of pain. So all these dudes are in trouble now. They can't transform because they're being beat up. They were knocked out of the transformations. Then the Bifrost opens up. No, seriously, didn't that look just like the Bifrost? I should have mentioned it last month. But like when they have the gods showing up, like the Supreme Kais and the Daishinkan, in that like blue and like pink beam that looks just like the Bifrost from the MCU films and from the comics. I don't know if that's supposed to be a tribute or what, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, the Supreme Kai shows up, surprisingly enough, and he tells Goku to use instantaneous movement, with instant transmission, whatever, Shunkan Ito, to get the hell out of there. So they all touch each other. They all put their hands on each other's shoulders to make sure they're touching, and then Goku gets them out of there. So Goku brings them together. The Supreme Kai uses that Bifrost thing to fire them out of the, to leave that universe. So they are abandoning mission for now, it seems. Very interesting, unexpected turn of events here. But guess who didn't go with them? Jiren, who's still there and he still wants to fight. So he comes up to Jiren comes up to Zamasu and Heart's like, hey, you forgot about me. He's about to fire a blast. And I'm like, yes, like, get it, Jiren. Like, I was excited. And then Heart creates this giant cube and surrounds Jiren with it, and he's trapped. And he can't move. The cube kind of looks like the one that Vados and Champa had in the Universe 6 arc to travel between the universes. The giant cube. It looks like that, except apparently it's able to trap Jiren. Number one, I don't buy that because Jiren, as we found out in Super, can transcend time with what he did to Hit's time cage. So I don't believe that this barrier is going to be able to maintain or hold Jiren for any length of time. I just don't see that. And number two, if Hearts could do that with the cube, why didn't he just do it to everybody during the fight? Like, that's the kind of the contrived stuff that we see out of Dragon Ball Heroes sometimes, that characters just do things, and when they write this out, they don't think about, oh, why didn't they do it before? Like, things like that are just kind of weird to me. And it's not a huge, it's a nitpick, obviously, but it's just one, because they had to figure out a way to make Jiren not lose, right? Because Jiren didn't lose here, he just got trapped, and not look bad while still preserving the life, I suppose, of the villains. That's why they did that, and I thought it was kind of not very well thought out, you know, but again, Heroes does things like that, and it's just kind of, it's a little irritating. It's not a huge problem. Like I said, it's a small nitpick, but it is one that we see time and time again from this anime. And like Topo and Dispo are there, and they're like, oh, Jiren, you're trapped. Like, and then, of course, Hearts and Zamasu leave. So I'm sure Jiren will break out of it eventually, probably rather quickly, but those guys already left, so it doesn't even matter anymore. That cube may have been there just to distract Jiren, but I still don't find it making that much sense considering how powerful Jiren is. And why didn't Topo and Dispo do anything about it? Like, they could have also attacked, but they're not as savage as Jiren is, right? So business then picks up because we cut over to Few, who we have not seen for many episodes, the main antagonist, I guess you could say, of the previous arc. And Few is back, and he looks to be up to no good as he's watching the fights go on. The prison planet was disrupted, a few episodes ago. And at this point, it seems like Few doesn't even care. He still wants to do his experiments, and I guess seeing these fights really hammer that point home. And then in the big cliffhanger ending, we have a shot of who appears to be Metal Cooler. That's right, Metal Cooler. And he's got like one of his eyes is shining like a Terminator. So this is like some kind of upgraded Metal Cooler who is coming to the Dragon Ball Heroes anime. Presumably one of the people on Few's side, we can assume, right? He's coming to the anime and of course the card game as well. So I mean, I wish I can get excited. I do love Metal Cooler, but I also feel like, again, it's like every week there's a new gimmick, or not every week, every month there's a new gimmick and a new card they have to release, so they have to shoehorn these new characters in every single episode, and sometimes they're not new characters, like Blue Evolution Vegeta was like a new thing, Grand Priest Goku was a new thing. They have to shoehorn these new either costumes or just cards to sell the cards, to promote the cards. It's every single month. That's what these promo animes are for, and I still watch them. They're only 10 minutes long. If you've given up on them, I can't blame you. It's okay. It's not really crucial you watch any of this stuff, especially if you don't care about heroes, especially if you don't even play the game. And the version of the game that they're talking about, we don't even have in the US or Europe or anywhere else outside of Japan. So I don't blame people for using this as like an appetizer for when Super comes back. That's fine. That's what I kind of use it for, but it's not quality. It's not quality, but this episode was good. Mostly fighting in this episode. Sheeta's cut. There are good things about this episode. One of the better ones, I would say, but you know what you're getting with this. And it's not a great show. So, anyways, that's it. Thanks. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this week's episode, or this month's episode, I guess you could say. Next one will be in June. I'm sure we'll have something to discuss then. So, thanks again. I'll talk to y'all soon.